Hey everybody, Poppy Dennison here live from the Gaylord Palms Hotel in Orlando, Florida. We have just finished our annual Dream Center Authors Retreat, and we're very excited to be here. I am really pleased to introduce anyone who doesn't know him, Mr. Andrew Gray, who is the author of tonight's book, Eastern Cowboy. So Andrew, you want to wave hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
So, Andrew, we're going to have some questions for you that will be popping up, but I have the very first question for you. How does it feel to have your 100th contract with DreamReaders Press?
Actually, it feels amazing. It feels like going to Disney. In fact, I'm here. So, just to prove it, I'm in the middle of the Animal Kingdom Lodge right at this moment.
That's fantastic. Oh, it looks fantastic. I've never been there. It looks amazing. Well,
It is
congratulations,
amazing.
Andrew.
Dominic and I spent the day today in Animal Kingdom, and tomorrow we will be at the Magic Kingdom. So we're celebrating by going to Disney.
I absolutely love that. So, you want to tell us a little bit about your writing process? Like, how did you even get started? I don't even know how you got started as a writer, Andrew.
Well, I got started as a writer a number of years ago. I was at my father's 70th birthday party, and everybody told me how much I looked like him. That was not the right thing. So I decided to lose some weight. So I joined a gym. I started spending time on the treadmill, and I needed something to read. And I found gay romance. And after a while of reading gay romance and discovering some of Dream Spinner Press's very earliest titles, I decided to try writing one. I had no idea if it would work. I didn't tell anyone until I was halfway through the manuscript. I didn't even tell Dominic until I was halfway done with the manuscript because I didn't know if I could do it. That title was called The Master of the Revels, and if you'd like a copy, I will email me at Andrew Gray Books, excuse me, Andrew Gray at Comcast.net, and I will be glad to send you a copy.
I will make sure to put that in the notes. That's absolutely fantastic. So we've got some readers tuning in, so it takes a few minutes for them to be able to leave us comments. So to all of our readers, if you have any questions for Andrew, just feel free to put them in the comments there beneath the video stream. I'll be able to see those, and I'll pass those along to Andrew. So, Andrew, tell us a little bit about Eastern Cowboy, the book we're going to be talking about tonight. What was your inspiration?
Well, my parents live in Ellicott City, Maryland, and right near them is an old farmstead called Shipley's Grant. And Shipley's Grant there's still a farmhouse, there's still barns, but it's completely surrounded by condos and modern development. And that was the inspiration for Eastern Cowboy. How do you take something that's completely surrounded by an urban environment that is still rural and make it viable? And of course, I had to bring in a cowboy from out west to have some fun with.
Well, absolutely. I noticed that you were very sneaky in bringing him in. You know, that was very tricky. I've never thought of a cowboy in the East before. I really liked it. So I wanted to touch for a moment with you on the fact that both of the characters have their own disabilities and in their own challenges in their lives, and they seem to face them with such dignity and courage. And I just wondered if you wanted to touch on that for a moment, about these characters and the challenges that they face, and what inspired you to give both of them these different challenges.
Well, everyone, regardless of how we look on the outside, has challenges. Sometimes it's in a book, in order to symbolize the inward challenges of life that every single one of us faces. I like to give my characters outward challenges. The one character in this book has difficulty walking. The other one has difficulty with acceptance and accepting love. They can be, our challenges, just like our scars, can be on the outside or on the inside. It just depends. We all, I feel it's important because we all have challenges.
Absolutely. And I think you captured that so beautifully in this book that, because Brighton has his own challenges, he's easily able to understand what Tanner goes through and make that connection, and it really helped them, form that bond as close as they became because they understood in a way that really not very many people can. So, okay, for our readers, if anybody has any questions for Andrew, I know it's a little slow loading, I think, tonight. So if you have anything, just feel free to leave it, drop in a question. We're going to only have Andrew for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to let him go enjoy his vacation at Disney with Dominic and enjoy Animal Kingdom. So, Andrew, so I have a question for you. I was really tickled when I saw that the pony was named Diablo, and I wondered if there was some sort of secret message to some pony out there somewhere who had done you wrong.
No, I just thought that naming a pony something sweet and cute, Diablo, was just my own sick sense of humor. Just like naming the horse from hell Strawberry.
That's it got a chuckle out of me, and I wondered if some pony somewhere had done something very evil to you at some point.
I do remember as a kid actually getting to ride a pony for the first time, and it was an amazing experience. I wish I knew the pony's name, but I don't. So I hoped it was Diablo. I really hope it was Diablo, but it was just meant as a little of my own sick, twisted sense of humor coming out in the book.
Well, you do have a very sick, twisted sense of humor, and I absolutely love it. So tell us what's coming up for me next. I know we're gearing up to that 100th book. What's coming up next for you?
Okay, in April we have The Price, which I'm pairing a school teacher and a Las Vegas escort in Las Vegas. So this is one really hot title.
Okay.
In May, we have Fire and Ice, which is the follow-up to Fire and Water. And also in May, we will have the debut of my alternate pen name for romantic adventure and paranormal, and that will be Dirk Grayson. And his debut title is Day and Night.
Oh, I didn't know you were doing that. This is the first I've heard about this. I'm so excited. All right.
Yeah, it's going to be very different.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew, I am going to turn you loose and let you go out and enjoy your time at Disney. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're going to hang out here for a little while and talk about Eastern Cowboy. Wave hello to Dominic for all of us, and you guys have a fantastic time at Disney.
Oh, Poppy, just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay. There he is.
Here we both are.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, you guys have a great night. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Bye.
Okay, for everybody who's still here hanging out with us, we will be talking about Andrew's Eastern Cowboy tonight. I wanted to let you know that Andrew has very kindly offered to give away 3 signed paperbacks for us tonight. So we're going to give away one here during the live event. If you leave a comment on the event page and just let me know what your favorite Andrew Gray book is, we will choose one lucky winner from our commenters tonight. And then what we'll do is we will give the other 2 paperbacks away on the YouTube version of this video. So if you watch the video over on YouTube, you have a chance to win a paperback copy of your choice of Andrew's books. You just have to let us know, leave a comment of your favorite book on the YouTube link that will appear over the next day or so over on YouTube with it, and we will get you one of those, the paperback of your choice from Andrew's backlist. So really grateful to Andrew for doing that for us. So I'm not seeing any questions coming through, guys, and I'm not sure if it's because my internet is slow because I'm at the hotel. So, but if you have anything, please feel free to leave it for me. I'm going to ramble for a few minutes about my thoughts on the book because you guys know I tend to do that. Can't wait to talk about the book myself, and I always love reading these things and getting to talk to you guys about them. So it was the thing about Eastern Cowboy that really grabbed me, and like I had asked Andrew, was that both of the characters had their own challenges, and Brighton in particular was really a character that touched my heart because he, with his physical disability, he has a leg injury. It's led to a lot of things in his life not going the way he had planned. I think all of us have had something like that has happened to us, where something happens and our lives tend to turn on a dime from where we thought we were heading. And sometimes we don't handle it as well as we could. And I think that, Brighton's really trying, and he's struggling, and he's down on himself, and he's really making his life a little harder because he doesn't believe in himself anymore. And I think that's a challenge that a lot of us have faced. So, what do you guys think? I mean, is that when were you guys as touched by Brighton as I was? Did you really think that he was pretty hard on himself? He really didn't see what he had to offer. He's such a sweet guy, has such a big heart, but he just didn't think. He thought because he had a leg injury that somehow diminished who he was. Anybody have any thoughts on that? You'll have to drop me a comment and let me know what you think. So now Tanner, on the other hand, I just wanted to give that boy a hug and a sandwich. Is anybody else like you just like really wanted to comfort him? He was such a sweet guy, but when you spent your entire life being told that you're stupid, that affects how you walk through the world, I think. And I can't imagine what that must have been like for Tanner, but I think that finding someone like Brighton who he could make that connection with was really really special. So I think Andrew handled that really beautifully. And of course, we had a Cowboy in the East Coast, and sign me up. Andrew, where can I get one of those for myself, right? So who else wants a Cowboy? Any other East Coasters out here want a Cowboy? I mean, I'm in Knoxville. I'm in Orlando at the moment, but I live in Knoxville normally. So we get sort of Cowboys, but I'm thinking Tanner, come on, right? So you guys will have to let me know what you think. We've got some other giveaways that we're going to do tonight. So you guys will have to stay tuned and let me know. I'm going to hit refresh on my page here and see what I've got coming up. So let me let that load. So scrolling. It's taking a minute to load here, so I'll just keep rambling. You guys, I don't mind talking. So let's talk a little bit about Brienne. I think this is Brighton's sister. She had a really special place in the book, I think, and definitely her own person, definitely very challenging in her own way. She really pushes back against the world. She's a smart gal. She's not putting up with anybody's crap. She certainly is not going to let anybody mess with her brother. Now, as a big sister myself, I have a younger brother and a younger sister. I see you, Jules, where I'm appear to not be the only one who's having some internet trouble tonight. So Jules says she'll be along as soon as she can get that fixed. But I'm the oldest, so I'm the oldest of three, and I have a younger brother and a younger sister, and I can pick on them all I want to. But you mess with my brother or sister, and you better look out. The Poppy Bear comes out to play. So it's funny, and I felt that way. I felt that connection with Brienne because I thought, anybody messes with my brother or my sister, you better look out because I'm just not even going to put up with it. So yes, Naomi, I agree with you completely. Naomi says that both the characters were so lonely that she can see how they'd be drawn together. Absolutely. And I think that's one of the things, and I think that they were both so afraid. When you've been rejected, you expect that you're going to be rejected again. And I think that was one of the things for both Brighton and Tanner was they had to sort of be able to put that aside and realize that, for Tanner, he could help Brighton, and there were things that because Tanner didn't have a physical issue, there were things that he was able to do physically, and Brighton in his own way could speak up for Tanner when he was struggling, and I think that balance between them really paired beautifully. So I want to do another quick giveaway. We're going to do like we did with Andrew's books earlier, but this time we're going to give away our DreamReaders swag. Very excited. We love these. Apparently, there's a bit of a competition in the world for our mugs. Now, I don't actually have one to show you tonight because, like I said, I'm coming to you live from a hotel. but we'll post a picture of one if you haven't seen it. So we're going to give away our Dream Readers coffee mug here on the Google channel, and we will give away the Dream Readers travel mug over on the YouTube. So stop by over on the YouTube video, leave a comment there, and in a few days we'll stop by over there and pick one so we can give away something on each of our channels. For those, I know there were some folks who said that they really wanted to be here live, but due to traveling and the different things, they couldn't. So we'll be doing that here. So it looks like something is finally kicked through with the Google. So comments are starting to come in. So I'm going to check that. We'll see what we can get going here. Hi, Nama. I see you. I really need to figure out if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Please forgive me if I'm not. I always read things the way I see them. I think it's a Southern thing. I'm not really sure. So Jules says she likes seeing characters that each had confidence issues but overcame them. Absolutely. And I think, I mean, like I was saying earlier, I think that when you have, all of us, I think, have some sort of issue with something in our lives. And some of it is overtly physical, and some of it's more just a self-confidence issue, or, that your concern is your appearance, or, there always seems to be something. Am I right? Like, I think most of us, there's something that we're more self-conscious about. And, that's something that makes us fearful. And the fact that both Brighton and Tanner were able to step up and really trust that someone else would believe in them and have faith in them and love them, really beautiful. So let's see. Nama, yes, Nama says, I thought it was interesting that both Brighton and Tanner have a physical problem. And they both also had bad experiences, love, and very similar experiences. Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's one of those small world things, right? So, when you have a bad experience in love, a bad experience in love really does translate universally. Don't you think that it's, you can find that connection, with your friends and with new love interests, because it's one of those, we've all been there. And yes, with Brighton and Tanner, when they've had someone who have basically not chosen them because of whatever reason, in Brighton's case, that was, because he'd been injured, and that his boyfriend at the time was like, yeah, no, you're broken, not interested. I mean, how heartbreaking is that, but we know it happens. Oh, good, Nama. I'm actually pronouncing Nama's name correctly. She's just let me know. Yay. I never do. So it's really actually yay for me. I'm going to give myself 2 thumbs up on that one. So we're going to say a big thank you to everyone who's stopping by, talking about Andrew Gray's Eastern Cowboy. It's pretty exciting that Andrew was a good sport and allowed us to read his book pre-release. So a big thank you to Andrew also for allowing us to read his book early. So in case you guys missed it earlier, we are doing a giveaway for Andrew. He has offered to give away paperbacks of the book of your choice from his backlist. So in order to be entered, you just have to leave a comment below for the paperback or your favorite Andrew book, the one that you would like in paperback. How about that? Leave that comment below, and we'll choose one winner from our Google channel and 2 from our YouTube channel. So leave your comment below with that. So does anybody else have any questions about Eastern Cowboy? Any thoughts? I think that the setting for me was actually really fascinating. You don't think about there being a farm in the Northeast. You don't think, I mean, it exists, right? Like, it's sort of one of those things. But at the same time, I think, hey, you don't consider the Northeast as farm, right? Is it just me? Like anybody else? I'm probably going to get scolded for this by somebody I know. I'm waiting for it, guys. Go ahead and leave me a comment, scold me, I know. But it was just something that I had never really thought about. And so when we get to see that there is not only a farm, but now we get the hot ranch hand from Montana who's coming up, that made me a really happy girl. So what about you guys? Was there something about that surprised you, or were you aware there's, am I just being kind of a silly goose with that I didn't realize that, there's farms everywhere, right? I don't know, perhaps that's just me being silly. So I'm going to hit refresh again, so on my comment screen, just so and make sure I'm not missing anything. It does tend to run a little slow. I think that, hotel internet, that's, one of those things. So now we can move on to the challenges that Brighton faced with his family. I talked about the fact that he had a supportive sister. Brienne was one of my favorite characters in the book. Like I said earlier, as a big sister, I'm all about that sort of like sister power. Nobody messes with my brother. But what do you do when it's your own family that's sort of out to get you in a way? I mean, Aunt Vera, they're early in the book, they're reading the will, and she's just, you just don't like her, right? Because but you understand, like, on the one hand, I'm like, I get it, right? Like, this was her dad, and now he's left and he's surprised her. This is not I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't like the way Grandpa, I have brain cramped on Grandpa's name, but I don't like the way Grandpa didn't tell his daughter that he had changed his will. Like, I didn't think that was a fair position for him to put Brighton in. Anybody agree with me on that? Did anybody else think that I was like, that was like really sneaky and underhanded, that you're like giving her this sort of like virtual slap while the will is being read, and you're like, he was sort of like, you can't cry now because I'm not here to listen to you. I don't know. I thought that was kind of mean of him. Did anybody else think that? But then quickly I realized, Aunt Vera, not my favorite character. Not, I'm just gonna say. She kind of redeemed herself a little, and then it kind of back and forth. Like, I really like the way Andrew handled that, because sometimes everyone definitely has their own agenda, and it was very clear that Aunt Vera how had definitely had hers. Yes, Nama. Nama really loved the idea of a farm in the middle of a cityscape. I do too, right? Like, I think it's so clever. Yes, a little island of peace. I couldn't agree more. I think that it's almost a little slice of heaven, but you can still like hop on by to your favorite coffee shops and things. It's like, I think of farms generally as being way out in the country and there's not a lot of access, but they're right there, so really cool. I really like that. So anybody else have any thoughts on what Grandpa did or Aunt Vera? Like, am I the only one? It was kind of it frustrated me, and I wondered if it was just me as I was reading it. Like, I was kind of mad at Grandpa, and like then I felt bad because, right, Grandpa's done this nice thing for Brighton, but at the same time I was like, Grandpa, why'd you do that way? Why'd you have to handle it that way? Yes, Jules said that we're referring to Brighton and Tanner, that despite their huge life differences, where they're from, right, and where they've handled things, that they both Brighton and Tanner had so many like experiences. It's really universal, isn't it? I mean, I think it's the human condition and those things. I mean, a breakup is a bad breakup, a bad love experience is the same whether you're in Montana or you're in the Northeast. It's that really translates universally, and I think it's a connection that we can all make with each other. So, um, really, really special characters, and it's particularly special the way Andrew handled them, I think. So again, my kudos to Andrew. I've been really lucky that I've been able to spend the last few days here in Orlando picking Andrew's brain a little bit, and really enjoyed talking to him, author to author, getting to know my fellow authors here at this event. So it's been pretty special. And Andrew and I were able to sit down and have some discussions about these kinds of things. It's pretty neat when you're able to do that. So Nama says that yes, she's agreeing with me on the Grandpa thing. Thank you. I feel redeemed. And she says that's true. She didn't think about it, but Grandpa was kind of mean to Vera. And it's almost like he didn't want to deal with her in life, so he waited. And she says she didn't like Vera at all. She's really hard to like, right? Like, there's the moment when she comes out to the farm, like this. Well, the second time, I don't want to spoil like the first time, like she's not very nice, especially. But the second time she comes out and she's having this discussion, and you think, is she there for, is she being sneaky? Is she being real? She's offering kindness, but is it legitimate, or is she, just want to like point my finger at her and like shake my finger. And but see, it keeps coming back to Grandpa for me, like, because I feel like if she had known from her dad, I don't know. What do you think? Would she have? Do you think Vera would have come down as hard as she did on Brighton if she had known? Do you think she would have handled everything the same, or would she have just really gone after Grandpa then? Jules says, haha, she has video. Hey, Jules. Glad you're here. Glad you're able to see us finally. Um, so, but yeah, I think that Grandpa, I don't know. Do you think, like, did Grandpa handle it correctly? I don't know. I'm talking myself around in a circle on it here, but then because I'm thinking he obviously knew her well. Maybe he thought that she wouldn't go after Brighton the same way. I don't know. Like, it was all the things that were going on behind the scenes, like that it was very orchestrated what they were doing. Like they had a plan, right? So it was. And so I don't know. I'm torn. You guys are gonna have to tell me what you think. So should Grandpa have told Vera himself, or was revealing the will change and once at the will reading the right thing to do? You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think. I'm not sure. Keep going back and forth. So let's talk for a second about Tanner's ex who comes back to town. Any thoughts there? Because I was like, oh, and then like Brighton's reaction, and you're like, because you can see it, right? You know the moment that Brighton finds out who that it's the ex, right? Coming back to town, like the big cowboy, that he's like, yeah, I'm done, right? Because that self confidence is completely gone. He has none left. So no self confidence, nothing going on. The hot cowboy comes back into town, and he's like, all right. I give up. I'm not even going to fight this battle because I won't win. But he did win, right? So, any thoughts on that? Did you like want to be like all I like? I really wanted like Brienne to show up because I knew that if Brighton's sister came along, that she would be like elbow to the face, right? I mean, come on, she's a tough gal. She would have taken care of it. And then Brighton tells her, when Brighton says, oh, I just told him, you got to go. He came for you. You got to go. And she's all mad at him. I was like, yeah, you go. I really connected with Brienne. I hope somebody else out there did too. I really was like, it was the sister thing. I think, you're so protective of your siblings. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. So what do you think? If Brienne would have handled it, what do you think? Would she have done something different? So Jules says she thinks Grandpa probably knew that Vera was planning on selling as soon as he died. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Oh, I didn't think about that. Jules, great point. Grandpa was probably hoping that the fight for the farm would help build Brayton's confidence. See, now you've made me forgive Grandpa again. Man, because I was all like, I was really like, I was like mean Grandpa, right? I wasn't happy. But now I'm thinking maybe he was, and maybe if he had told Brighton in advance, right? If he had said, Brighton, I'm going to leave the farm for you, that Brighton would have had too much time to think about it. Maybe Brighton would have run the other direction and said, no, I have an injury. I can't take care of a farm. I don't know. Now I'm being sneaky, so I got to give Grandpa the benefit of the doubt. I mean, clearly he was right, the way it worked out. But, oh, you guys are always good at making me think about these things. So what do you guys think? You want to do some sort of special giveaway here? We've got we've got water bottles. We've got let's see what else. iPad cases. Somebody want an iPad case? Leave me a comment on the Google chat. Say iPad case if you want your iPad case, and we'll be sneaky and sneak one in here at the end. So we're getting ready to wrap things up. Is anybody like getting excited to know what the next book is? Because this was exciting. So we're going to go back. We're going to do this the way we've done our previous books, with an oldie but goodie. I can't wait. Like I kind of like don't want to say it because like I want to like keep you guys in suspense for a little longer. How evil am I? Am I bad? Do you want me to tell you? Yeah, I can't wait anymore. I can't wait. I'm so excited. We are going to be reading for next month's Dream Readers in April. Will be April 13th. Terry Michaels, Faith and Fidelity, just in time for the new book to come out. We can do a power read of the series. Get ready for the new book. I am so excited. I can't wait. Next book, Terry Michaels, Faith and Fidelity. Go ahead and scream with me because I absolutely cannot wait. I've read these books numerous times. I cannot wait to get my hands on it again, get myself all geared up and ready for the new release. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Tell me, are you as excited as I am? Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know. Okay, so we're going to come back. we've got like just a few more minutes here. We're going to answer a few more questions. Comments still coming in. Please feel free to leave them. Jules is excited for an iPad case. We're on it. Jules will make sure to get that. You know, Jules, you've been around before. You know, you email me, poppy@dreamspinnerpress.com. We'll do that for you. Let's see. Jules says the ex came back and she was just like gross. I was too. That was trying to get a booty call. Yeah, that wasn't even subtle, was it? But for a moment, like I was like, maybe he's like, but no, really. Because by that point, I was all like ready just to punch the guy because Tanner didn't belong with him. He belonged with Brighton. Nama says that she doesn't think that Vera would have been any different if she had known. She does, yeah, pretty much anything to get what she wants and cries until she does. A grown woman crying like that. Was anybody else like, no, you don't need to cry like a big crybaby just to get what you want. Grow up, right? So, well, I think that, let's see, Jules says, it seems that Grandpa was hoping that Brighton would finally do something for him, not for his sister. See, another good point. See, you guys are like making me forgive Grandpa again, and I was convinced. I was convinced that I was not going to forgive Grandpa. But you guys have changed my mind. You guys can do that. It's allowed. I don't know. I'm still not 100% convinced, but I'm closer because I think I still like Grandpa should have like manned up and handled his own daughter, right? But I don't know. Maybe he knew. Maybe he knows. Well, of course he knows. Like he knows well enough to know that this was the best way to handle it, so that the outcome would be that Brighton's the love of his life, right? So we'll just pretend that he knew that all along. It was what was going to happen, that Tanner was going to come to town, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, right? So, okay, guys, we are going to wrap it up. I know we're a little on the short side tonight. That my internet is starting to flicker, though, and I'm really afraid I'm starting to have some pixelization on my end. So I'm afraid that it's going to be like that on the video. I don't want to lose you guys. So one more time, the announcement for next month, Terry Michaels, Faith and the Fidelity. Cannot wait. It will be on sale momentarily on the Dream Spinner site. You get it 75% off for 24 hours only. So from 24 hours from right now, we will have that on sale. You'll get it at a great price. If you haven't read it, it's a classic. Gotta read. Cannot wait. So any final, let me check to make sure I don't have any final comments that have come in. And Jules is very excited. Yes. Jules, I will make sure to tell Andrew that you were here. And it was very kind of him to swing by while he was here at Disney. We kind of had a laugh about it, and he had just gotten his 100th contract. I don't know if you saw that part, Jules, but he has his 100th book with Dream Spinner has just been contracted. It's amazing to think about what an accomplishment. So, all right, guys, I am going to sign out from here. Be sure to leave your comments if you would like to win an autographed paperback of one of Andrew's books. We'll be choosing one from the Google channel, so you can leave your comments below here. Or if you're watching on YouTube, drop me some comments. I'll be choosing a couple winners for. I'll be giving away 2 paperbacks of Andrew's on our YouTube channel, and also our Dream Readers travel mug. We'll be giving one of those away as well for you guys. So leave a comment for a chance to win, and I will talk to you guys on April 13th. We'll be back for Faith and Fidelity. Good night, everybody.